Good afternoon and welcome back to the second episode of The Club. We've had a little bit of a delay with the Easter break, but we're back with FC Malaga City's platform to bring news to our families, fans around the world, and give a deeper in-depth insight into the ongoings and the characters that make up this football club. The past month we've started seeing fantastic showcase games with the senior team taking on Granada CF last week, 1-1 at the half-time before a bit of a blowout in the second half. Our under-19s travelled this week to UD Almeria, which we'll be bringing you highlight packages of next week. And our female team is into the final of the playoffs. Now time to get serious at the business end of the season. We've got a fantastic show lined up today. We'll look to emulate the first one and bring you better guests each week as we go. I'm delighted to be joined by Oliver Bosworth, Oliver Greaves, Jack Dennis, Ali Putra, and some special guests from South Africa. We're going to take a quick look at the Almeria City project in a video, and when we come back, I'll be joined by Oliver times 2.
He met a girl that could hypnotize. She give me cash all night long. She give me cash all night long. All right. She give me catchy. She give me catchy. Alright.
Some fantastic memories from a previous Almeria Cup, which, we're delighted each year to be able to bring Terceira clubs to compete against our players and a great yardstick to really see where we're at. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce the guests we have here. We'll start with yourself, Oliver Greaves. Thank you ever so much for your time. Thanks for coming on. And, how have you been finding the season?
Yeah, loving it. I've adapted to Spanish football well. Suits me a lot more, playing a technical style of play. Obviously, I've tried out in the lower leagues of England and it's just kick and smash and kick and smash, and coming over here it's been a real breath of fresh air.
Oh, it's lovely to hear, and tell the viewers a little bit about yourself. Obviously you came through the system at Sheffield United. How old were you picked up in the schoolboy system there, and you went through obviously I believe YTS and then fortunate enough to even get on the fringe of the first team?
Yeah, so I got picked up when I was about 6, which was very early. Looking back on it, probably shouldn't have been that early, but it led me on to every year getting a new deal until I was offered my scholarship at 16. So then 2-year scholar and then a 2-year pro actually after that, which was good, yeah. That was me in Valencia.
A little surprise there, but I mean, just touching on that there, I mean, you mentioned that, picked up at 6 years old, it's incredibly young. You're still a child, effectively, and it's without going off at a tangent here, it's a big thing right now. They're talking about Bayern Munich, obviously now not recruiting players until they're 13. Having lived that experience, what would your take on it be?
Swings and roundabouts, really, because obviously it made me the player I am today. You get that technical ability in early, but then there's also a part of going and playing with your mates and that side of it, which I've probably missed out on quite a bit too much. But no, looking back, probably wouldn't change it now.
Ah, fantastic. And this experience we're seeing here, obviously, you mentioned they're away in Valencia, pre-season tour and stepping in with the big boys. What was it like? What was the differences? I mean, you think you were asked in this interview the differences, but now with more hindsight and looking back, what would you say to young players, even in our U19s, our structure that come into the first team? What's the differences and what was that experience like?
A lot more running, like now being one of the, not the older lads, but one of the more senior lads, it's looking at people coming in and do you want to run and do you want to go and smash someone and show people why you should be there,
And your stripes a little bit.
Yeah, definitely. I probably went in a bit too shy and kept myself to myself.
Yeah.
Like, head tennis there, I was always on the outside. I'd never go and stand in the middle. I probably should have just thought, go on then, I'll go and put myself in the mix of it.
Fantastic. Well, we'll come back to what's next for Oliver Greaves, and you've had a blockbuster season since coming in, some fantastic goals. You've raised the level of the squad no end, and obviously having the privilege to work with you on the pitch daily. For me, it's been a pivotal point of our season, and yeah, just want to see you do well and finish off this promotion, and yeah, fantastic. Oliver Bosworth.
Hello.
Thanks ever so much for coming in, and tell our viewers, tell us a little bit about yourself and who is Oliver Bosworth.
I'd like to, in a football sense, put myself as a ball-playing keeper who likes to build from the back and produces big saves in big moments. And my story is similar to Greaves in the sense it was straight in at Leicester at 6 and then all the way through to 19. Yeah.
And what did you see, from that time of, you're coming in at 6 years old? How many of those players made the same journey, from right through the whole schoolboy system? Was players coming and going, or was it a solid group?
Ours was more of a solid group than normal. Mm-hmm. We had 2 or 3 drop out around 13, 14, and then when the scholars come at 16, I think we had 4 or 5 that went through the whole journey together, which, was unheard of, to be fair.
And any players still from that squad that are still at the club now?
Yeah, there's one lad who's out on loan. He's made his first team debut. He's been on the bench a couple of times, and then he's got a loan move to Forest Green.
Okay, there you go. Fantastic club coming up with an exciting new stadium as well. And obviously, you had a great success as a schoolboy, got a scholarship, which, I don't think people always appreciate how difficult that is to do, how few players get taken on at 16 years old. But, you went beyond that as well, and have the experience of what it's like to play for your national team. How could you put into words? Well, for myself personally, I can even imagine what it's like to wear the badge of your country, and how did you find that experience?
The whole experience was, obviously it's very different to being with a club, because you're away for 10 days, you have to play 3 games, so there's not much actual physical training. It's more match prep and looking at the opponents. 'Cause, we're at Leicester, I'm not watching Russia and Norway play every week, So you had to watch loads of videos, loads of clips, and then when I got told that I was going to play, it was like, right, well, here's the chance, let's do it.
Which games did you get to play, and which opposition?
I played against Norway.
Yeah.
1 game against Norway.
Yeah. How was that?
It's hard to put into words. Before the game, you go out, you do your warm up, and then you go back in the change room, you put your shirt on, and you look down, and there's 3 lions. It's not the Leicester City badge now, it's the England badge, and it's like, wow.
And then, I'm assuming you're hearing the national anthem and things like that.
Yeah,
putting your hairs on end.
The national anthem comes on, the hairs on the back of your neck are going. I'm looking at my mum and dad in the crowd, and it's like, wow, this is why I play football.
Incredible moment, and something that you're going to have for the rest of your life, regardless of what happens on the pitch. And incredible to hear your guys' stories. And while some people might think they sound difficult, and you guys are now obviously getting back into full-time football and things like that, coming into a setup like Malaga City, obviously you're bringing a wealth of experience that 99% of players here at the club haven't had that fortune, haven't been through that football education. So now it's going from young players trying to make it through in fantastic football institutions. You're now kind of at the top of the pyramid a little bit. You're in the senior team. You've got close to 150 athletes younger than you or below you, and probably idolise you a little bit and look up to you guys, in the fact that where you've been, who you are, how hard you've worked to get that prestige. What does that feel like, having the shoe on the other foot, and what do you guys think you can help these younger players with?
Yeah, it's definitely different. I've always been more coming through the academy, it's sort of big fish, small pond, and then you go into my loan at Barrow and going into the first team, it's like, right, I've got to impress. And then sort of coming here, it's started off sort of trying to impress, and now it's sort of like trying to help people around me, get them going, and pass on a bit of knowledge of, because I've been in their position before, just get them to understand what it actually takes. It's not just a laugh, it's not just come in and it's sunny and it's let's have a laugh with his mates. It's go on and win something, you know.
What yourself? Younger goalkeepers?
Yeah, especially within the goalkeeping group. I've just tried to drive the standards, not even tactically with the keepers technically and all that. Just little things around the goal. You know, little things like not having balls in the back of your net when you're doing drills, making sure everything's clean, presenting yourself well around the goal and in training. And I'd say, you know, without trying to blow my own horn, from when I come in to now, the standard around the session has just gone through the roof.
Fantastic. I love that. And where's your next step? Where do you guys see yourself going? Obviously, we're here as a stepping stone club. We're realistic, you know. We're on a very long road. If we had utopia, we'd be getting in La Liga in 10 years' time. Is that realistic? I don't know. But until we get to that point and get investors where there's big salaries to keep players like yourselves, we're here to provide a platform, to give a good training environment, which I hope you guys enjoy, and progress you on your careers, you know. So what do you see for yourself, and what can you take from here into where you go?
Well, the big thing for me is I don't try and look too far into the future. All I'm thinking about is the next 3 games, finish the league, and then go into the playoffs, and just try and rinse every minute I can here, get as much out of it as possible, and then we'll see after we get promoted.
That's fantastic. I love that confidence as well.
No, same for me really. The main thing is getting promoted here. That's the main thing. Whatever comes after that's in the summer. But just touching on your point there about the training and stuff, like nowhere else in the world can offer full-time training like for people like me and Boz who've dropped out of it, to get back into it and get yourself going again. It's unbelievable.
Thank you. It means a lot, and obviously you guys have seen some great environments, and you know, we don't have the budgets of some of these huge Championship and Premier League clubs, but we're trying to instill the right habits and the best things that we can, and best of luck for the rest of the season. And of course, I'll hope to stay part of the journey as a friend and a fan more than anything else, and see you guys up in lights before long. So thanks again for taking the time in coming in. We're going to shoot to the next video and bring on the next guests.
Thank you.
What's up, man?
But mankind won't be destroyed. The fact that you and I are working here today.
This club means to us that it's not just a job, it's not just a football club. I think Sean summed it up fantastically there, that it's a lifestyle. We give everything every single day, and all we want is as many opportunities as possible for every single young player. More and more players are getting the chance to turn professional. It's a difficult journey, and we're very realistic and honest about that. And from the byproduct of the hard work and the talented players that come, as we mentioned before, we're one league away from being a professional club ourselves. And that's been a dream of mine since 2013, and being one step away from that, I probably, as much as I wanted it, probably didn't believe that it was going to be this close at such an early possibilities.
Wow, what a fantastic start to the show, and some really great nuggets, fantastic bits of insight and what it's like to not only play for a Premier League academy, but also your national team, you know. And we're going to go from one end of the spectrum almost to completely the other, you know, with some players now making the sacrifice from a very young age, not only to dedicate their time and their life to football, but also to leave their family at home, to move the other side of the world, to follow their dreams. I'm delighted to be joined by two of our youngest academy prospects, Ali Putra and Jack Dennis. Welcome, guys.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
No, fantastic to have you on here. And first of all, you know, I just want to say congratulations. Incredible amount of admiration for you both. You know, done something that I'm not sure even I could have done at your age. I mean, you were talking before, you came here at 14 years old?
Yeah, I know.
And yourself, Ali?
I came when I was 15 years old here.
15 years old, and now in your second season here with the club, fully settled in now, fully integrated. How have you found your development since you've been here?
Well, for me, it's been a big step. You know, coming here at 14 years old, it was different. I was smaller, weaker, you know, so I struggled at the beginning. But then by time, with coaches and training every day, it helped me a lot, and now it's gone faster, stronger. And this season, I've been doing quite much better. Yeah.
And of course, you know, so you're from America with a Mexican background.
Yes.
What did your football schedule look like before, you know, you came to FC Malaga City? Where were you playing?
Well, when I was playing at California, I played at a club called Placer, and there, it was only about three trainings a week, and which is not that bad, and then games on the weekend, so that was pretty good. Then when I went and lived in Mexico, it was kind of almost an everyday thing because it's kind of the environment there.
Yeah.
And like in school, you play every single day with your friends, and then after that, you go play in the afternoon. So I mean, in Mexico, it's kind of like Spain. It feels
Football culture,
yeah, it feels
football
like
country.
it's their life.
For sure. And Ali,
Yes.
who is Ali Putra?
Just a guy from Malaysia playing football for fun. Wow, unbelievable experience by far. One of the best moments in my life here in the academy for 2 years now. And while my football has been improved a lot since last year, this year, and the whole academy has been evolved into one of the top academies.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And you know, we're trying. We want to give the best platform and the best opportunity to young players like yourself. And you know, without delving too deep, you know, I want to just sort of touch on. We talked about sacrifices that you know young people like yourselves are now prepared to make and what you're going through. But yourself, Ali, you know, obviously you haven't been home for 2 years. You know, with travel restrictions being quite strict in Malaysia. And how has that been psychologically and part of your personal development?
Oh, well, thanks to my father, he trained me since I was a kid, mental-wise, to travel, stay away from them and stuff like that, and I'm grateful for that. And, well, it's not been bad, to be honest. It's been all right. It's been all right.
And obviously it was lovely to have Mum and Dad come over. You know, they came over this
Yeah.
season not too long ago and spent a good chunk of time here, and it was a real honour to meet them as well. You know, they've raised a fantastic young man. And coming back to you, Mr. Dennis, what does FC Malaga City mean to you?
It's probably the highlight of my life right now.
Wow.
It's definitely ever since probably 6 years old, you know, watching football. And as Barcelona is my favorite club, it is in Spain. So, I mean, it is my dream. And besides leaving family and stuff, I think parent-wise, I bet they're very happy, and I'm very grateful for them to let me come over here at such a young age, and it's been the best.
That's amazing, you know, and it's so nice to hear those words as the Academy Director, and also to be part of your journey, you know, and obviously this year we've had Jan Dominguez, and you know, we can see the goal you scored as well, an absolute screamer. You know, I don't think when you first came in, you know, that was something you were doing on a regular basis.
No, I don't think I had the strength for that one. That one came out pretty well.
And Ali, so if you had to write in a bottle, letter, send it off across the sea back to Malaysia, what would you put down as your favourite highlight since being here at Malaga City?
Wow, I would say since I came here, since I set foot in Spain, everyone has been like a family to me. Everyone, the coaches is like a father to me. All my friends, it's like brothers. And well, I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful.
And if you had to put it into one moment.
There's no words to be said about that.
And yourself, Jack, can you elaborate a little bit more? Maybe give us a specific moment that you've enjoyed?
Yeah, I think besides the football stuff, the thing that you find is, like Ali Putra said, is the friends, you know, the environment. Like, we're always together. We play football together. We play, we do school together, you know, and all that. And that's been nice. And on the pitch, it's the best part when we play all together.
For sure. And one thing I want to talk about, you know, which is maybe still a little bit of a way off for you both, but, you know, naturally gets closer each year. And that's the senior teams that we have in our academy structure, you know. And I want to ask your opinion. There's no right or wrong answer, but what's it like to have older players ahead of you, you know, maybe faster, stronger, at this stage, maybe a little bit more developed, and you see all the success of those teams, you know, from the Femenino team on the cusp of promotion, Almuñeca City, obviously, you know, won every home game this year, and Malaga City just a few points away from the Tercera Division. What does that bring to you guys, if anything at all?
For me, I actually, me and my dad, we talk about the senior team a lot because, I mean, it's better for the academy players because, I mean, if they get promoted, it's 10 times better for us too, and it gives us energy, you know. Oh, look, if I work hard or if I do that, maybe I can get on the senior teams one day and play with them. And they keep getting promoted like they are. It'll be pretty good for us. So.
Hopefully they can get the job done as we start the road to La Liga. And what about yourself? Do you come to the games?
Well, you know, like Jack said, it'll be 10 times better for us. And well, if the senior team gets promoted and stuff, and still, even now, I'll go to games. I'll go to every games and stuff. And yeah, it's better for us younger players for us to develop as a footballer.
Yeah. And do you look at any players in those teams? Anyone that you try and mould yourself like, or look to pinch habits and skills?
Well, you know, I would say Ollie Greaves and Charles Malman as my idol here in CDAC seniors.
Love it.
And George Jermy himself.
I didn't pay him to say that. And where do you see yourself? 5-year plan. If you had to now, you know, write down, where's Jack Dennis going to be in 5 years' time?
5 years' time. Well, hopefully, you know, I can continue my football career. I mean, that's the goal right now.
Yeah.
So if I can play as long as I can.
Yeah.
And if not, maybe start getting my coaching license.
Okay, interesting.
And start that progress, but play as long as possible for now.
Fantastic. And you think you can go professional?
I think there's always a chance. I think
keep working.
Yeah,
keep working every
and
day.
especially Malaga City is definitely helping provide that. So
really nice to hear. And yourself, Ali, round us off.
For me right now, I just put my head down, train as much as I can, as hard as I can, and well, let's just hope good things is gonna come the upcoming years, hopefully.
And how do you find it working, obviously, with one of our most experienced academy member of staff, you know, in Alvaro Arias? He's, for me, before being a fantastic coach, he's a tremendous human being. What would you say on him, and what's it like working with him day in, day out?
Wow, phenomenal. As a coach, he's like a father to me. Him, Charlie, is like a father to me. And I'm grateful to have them. One of the best coaches in my life I've been to.
Oh, that's lovely. And just want to finish by saying, you know, best of luck for the rest of the season. You know, I know you're both looking to be here next year as well, and it's an absolute privilege, like I said before, to be part of your guys' development and your journey, and nothing but positive energy, and hoping you can reach what you want to get to.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
thank you.
future of FC Malaga City. Great to have the guys on the show, Jack Dennis, Ali Putra, amazing, and really what motivates us to do this project, to work so hard, to continually strive to give a bigger platform and a bigger audience to help our young players progress as far as they can within their careers. And we're now joined by a spectacular group of young boys, you know, the youngest visitors we've had to the academy this season, all the way from Johannesburg in South Africa. We've had the privilege again to open our doors and welcome Coach Colin and 4 young men that have travelled across the world to be here with us. And Colin, thank you ever so much for coming on the show, and thanks for coming over to see us here in Malaga.
The opportunity and the advantage was for us. Then thank you to be at Malaga. Then we've learned a lot.
That's amazing.
And we're still enjoying.
Obviously, last few days now, and we've got a special city centre tour planned later on this afternoon. But boys, how has it been? And thank you for coming on the show. I know you're a little bit nervous, but we'll try not to bite. And we'd love to hear about your story and where you've been playing and what you thought of your time here in Spain. Tell us about yourself.
My name is Denzel Moirani. I started playing soccer at the age of 5.
And how old are you now?
I'm 11 now.
What position do you play?
I've played centre back and number 6.
And who's your favourite player who you look up to?
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo? As a number 6, but your favourite player is Ronaldo for now?
Yeah, for now.
Fantastic. You've been working really, really hard. And which coaches and teams have you been training with while you've been here at Malaga City?
I've trained at the under 16, Coach Sema, Junior, Harry, and the young players there.
They've been helping you guys and welcoming you over here to the academy. And the youngest of our trip. Good afternoon.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Fine.
And you've enjoyed everything here in Spain?
Yep.
Tell us a bit about yourself. What's your name? How old are you? And what position do you play?
My name is Max. Surname Mugunupi. Play center, middle, midfielder. I'm 8. Started playing soccer when I was 5.
And you're a bit of a goal scorer now. I hear you've got a record of goals this season back home.
Yeah. I scored like 8 goals. At 3.
Fantastic. And what did you find about the football here? Did you enjoy it?
It was not bad.
Are you excited to go home?
Yep, very.
Missing your family?
A lot.
But Coach Colin's been looking after you during your time here, I'm sure.
He has.
And the next one. You feel okay? You ready? Tell the audience all about yourself, what we need to know in 30 seconds.
My name is Honte Abrams. I've played for Supersport United Supersport United Soccer Schools for over a year now. I think the football here, I've really enjoyed it so far, very technical side of football, and how you guys train, it's really something that to motivate us to when we go back home. Fantastic.
And what would you like to say to Coach Colin for organising this trip and looking after you guys?
Just to thank him overall for being an amazing coach back home and to bring us all the way here and just giving us this opportunity to shine in a sense.
And you think you'll take some of the learnings and the experience here, you think it will help you going back into your football at home?
Of course, because it's a different way of looking at football, because Spanish football and the football back home is not the same, so you can take a lot back home.
Amazing, and really well done to all you guys. I know you're a little bit nervous and you spoke fantastically, all of you, and huge credit. Very well done. And now the boss, Coach Colin. what's your takeaways? What do you think about your first initial contact here with us at Malaga City? Obviously, we spoke about future plans and how we can try and help the football community that you have in South Africa and these young players, their development while they're on the ground there. And then also, maybe looking further afield for them, experiencing something like these boys have this week. What would you say on that?
Okay. Taking home from Spain, it's a lot because as a country that I believe, like you eat, you sleep, you drink, you talk, you walk soccer, then I would love to have that culture back at home.
Yeah.
Because at home we don't take soccer that serious like here. I've tried my level best. As you see, these boys have started with me at the age of 5 and they've been with us for 3 years. I would love to create the same method and to implement it into my school where I'm training kids. And it will be a very, very good thing if we can come more often to Spain, to Malaga, FC Malaga. See? Yeah, and to create whatever that I've seen here, to create it back at home. And I don't want the relationship to stop now.
Of course.
Probably we'll come back again, and I would love you guys to come and implement, probably help our coaches back home.
Yep.
And then we can take it from there.
No, it'd be great, and something that we'd certainly love to do, and idea sharing, and I'm sure we'd learn lots from the environment that you guys have worked so hard to create there. We visited before COVID in the lockdown. I think it was March or February 2020 with Peter at our partner club in Pretoria Athletic, and we worked with around 14 coaches with a number of seminars there, and it was a very humbling experience, something which certainly enjoyed a lot, and not only the level that Pretoria is working at, but also visiting some of the townships and seeing outreach, how we can try and help the grassroots level of the game for these young players, the future of our soccer, our football, coming through, and to really try and help them as young people, and also the most talented players. Can we then have that pathway into Europe, and especially with our first team? You've seen a few of the training sessions. You guys observed a little bit of the game with Granada CF. Can we take boys from that you're working with, maybe from 5 years old right through to 17, and put them on a platform, with La Liga clubs? For me, that would be an incredible stepping stone and a great pathway for them. And I think, working together with Peter, we can really make something special over there in South Africa.
No, definitely. It will be a great opportunity in South Africa to work on with FC Malaga. And, for us to have FC Malaga, it will be a blessing in disguise in SA.
Of course.
So I don't see any obstacles for that to happen.
And guys, so obviously here you're in Spain, you're in Europe, and different language here. How have you guys, have you learned any Spanish? Have we got any Spanish words that we've picked up? Would you like to share any? No? Anything?
What have you learned?
I've learned words, food.
Which other ones?
Take away?
Yeah, take away. Jelly.
Jelly. All the important things, right? What about you? Any Spanish words?
A few, yes.
Yeah? Can you share any with us? Hola?
Yes, hola.
And so, part of what myself and Coach Colin we were talking about was if we can implement the methodology not only on the football side, but we were saying it'd be great for you guys and your transition into the club here and into Spanish football is if we can start language lessons as well while you're back at home in SA. So then look, when you come here, it's an easier transition for you, and so you don't have that needing to break the ice and maybe those nerves when you're speaking to some of the coaches. Obviously, I think the coaches, they do their utmost best to speak in English, but for a lot of them, like Coach Sama, it's his second language. How great would that be if you could come and speak to him in Spanish from the first day, So that's something in our conversations that we've also talked about, and I'd really love to be an advocate for that as well. I think language skills are massively important. If you guys can be developing as football players, but also learning how to speak Spanish from a young age, what do you think?
Yeah, that's good.
What do you think? Gushibek? if you speak Spanish.
Yeah, it will be fine. English and Spanish, it's fine. I would speak it.
And,
Okay.
And so Coach Colin, this is obviously the younger end of your guys' soccer school. You've talked to me as well that you have older teams, U19s, U17s, some strong U13 players as well. And on the trip later in the year that we've sort of loosely discussed so far, do you think it'd be possible for those teams to come and compete against not only our academy but also some of the local regional teams as well?
For the future, like early this year, what I want to implement or what I want to do is another trip to FC Malaga to bring a group of boys, probably about 60, from at the age of 13, 15, 17, and 19.
Wow.
Just to come and compete and to come and learn and probably bring more coaches. I mustn't be alone. We bring more coaches, then let them come and learn too. Your philosophy, and we have to show you guys how do we play and our philosophy.
Of course.
Probably if we can learn to bring yours into our system, it will be more advantageous. I always love Iniesta. We got a lot of players that are playing similar style, but we don't use our ability to the best. We have to have that style and release the ball more quicker.
Yep.
Let's go forward. But in our country, we hold the ball. Probably we're making about 20 passes in our own half.
Okay.
Where I don't believe in it after I realize and after I've learned the Spanish traits or coaching. You play your few passes in your half, then you go forward.
Break the lines, try and play
You
through the
break
thirds.
the line, then you attack, and that side you can play as many touches as you want to create.
Of course.
Then those kind of things that I always believe in. We've got talent, but we have to nurture it and improve it.
Of course.
Where it's necessary.
And I think, it's some really fantastic points that you touch on. And again, thank you for the kind feedback of how we're trying to work. We want to create the best football concepts and habits for our players. And I think it all comes down to these guys, to the grassroots, and when they're starting, if we can get these lessons as early as possible, transitioning in the future to something like FC Malaga City, or beyond, is going to be a lot more attainable for them, And thank you so much for your time coming to visit us. Thank you even more so, boys. I know you're a little bit worried coming on the show today, so thank you for giving up your time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your stay here in Malaga with us, and have a fantastic trip this afternoon around the city centre. And I certainly would love to come over and visit soon, see you guys in action, see you scoring goals in your local league, and see if you can talk a little bit more and you can teach me some of your local colloquial terms as well. Would be great, and we absolutely cannot wait to welcome you with open arms again when you come with a big group later on in the year. And I hope this is the start of a very special connection and something that we can really make an impact with that side, and most of all try and help young people. So thank you to all of you, and thank you so much, Coach Colin, for the confidence in FC Malaga City, in Peter, and coming to see us. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. That was great.
Play how we play. Do not be afraid because of who you're playing against, that we can't do things. You're good players. It will be difficult, they will be good too. That's the point of playing football, is to play against good teams. Okay? So this is what everyone's playing for, and enjoy the moment. Don't let it pass you by. Okay? No matter what you're doing, starting on the bench, don't let it pass you by. Be engaged in it, be present in it, and enjoy it. Okay? And most importantly, us. We don't change for anybody. Okay? We are our own team, we are our own people, we play our way, and we believe in what we do. Every single person here. Okay? No gifts for them. We play at a high intensity and make them remember you. Play how we
just finished the game here, and it was really fantastic experience for all the boys to play on a pitch like this against a team like this in this location. Really think it's something that they're gonna take away, you know, for the rest of their lives, something that they'll always remember doing, and we're really happy to be able to provide that for them. And then for me, I think really great to be super competitive, especially in the first half, to go up 1-0, take that lead into the half. Disappointing to not finish the game as strongly as we started, but overall, really tremendous experience for the boys. Super pleased for everybody.
The club episode 2 is almost a wrap, and I hope everyone's enjoyed it at home and further connection with the players, the families, and what makes FC Malaga City so special. Shout out to the live streams this weekend. We really do appreciate everyone taking the time to follow all of our media, join us on our YouTube channel for all the various bits of content. And this weekend we've got a really crucial couple of games with the CD Almuñécar City senior team live at 6:15 against second place in the table Guadix, and our Femenino squad will commence in the final leg of the playoffs, kicking off at 6 p.m. So we hope as many people as possible will be able to tune in and support us from afar and give us that energy that we need to try and get over the line. For me, the season's coming closer to an end. It's the crunch time. It's the time that we all enjoy, that we've worked hard for since the commencement of pre-season back in August. And for me, I just want to give a shout out to the hard work of some of our players and some of our younger players. Mateo Evelyn now starting for CD Almuñécar City Seniors. He's been working here with us now for 3 years, came as a 15-year-old also. And to watch that progression through and up into now the senior ranks is something personally for me very, very special. Alongside him, young Michael Boffey has been getting some debut minutes at left back. Been training with the senior team all year, been very patient, and to watch him make a 90-minute debut, the last game at home in the Bonnet, was something else that we'll cherish for the rest of the season. Pierce is coming in, also now training with the seniors. Well done to him. He'll carry on training also with the U19s. But it's another example showing that connection that we have here between the academy squads and the chance you will then have to progress into the two senior teams we have with Almuñécar and FC Malaga City. The recruitment process has been overwhelming. The interest is growing every single year. We're nearly at the end of that now, and the talent that we've been able to recruit for the 22-23 season has been nothing short of breathtaking, and we'll be closing out the recruitment at the end of this month. Anyone else that would like to make a final application, contact the recruitment team, people like James Dawes, Sean Morris, or apply via the website. Lots of information, videos and FAQs on there. And in closing, really, thanks again for your time and meeting the players that, like I say, are behind the scenes here. We're desperate to get the Femenino team involved. They'll be coming on the next episode. Unfortunately, today, we couldn't tear them away from the training schedule with the first leg of the final coming up this Sunday. But we'll be having an online vote on our Instagram, so check out for that, and please make sure you vote who you'd like to hear from and see as a guest here on the club episode 3. That's all from me. I'm Jermy, the Academy Director. Have a great week and keep following all of us across all of the social platforms. Thank you ever so much.